So in this video, I'm gonna get honest and vulnerable and share with you my biggest regret that I have in following my dreams. Now, I know that whenever the word regret gets mentioned, a lot of people can go into a bit of a panic and view regret as a really bad thing. I know we've either been taught to ignore or deny that we even have regret, or we use our regret to beat ourselves up and self-punish about the past mistakes that we've made. That's not what this video is about. If we can look at our regrets with love and compassion, our regrets can teach us a lot of truth about ourselves and also help us to avoid making future mistakes. So it's really important to have a healthy balance of examining our regrets with honesty, compassion, and love, because this can ultimately lead us to a lot of healing and a lot of growth in our life. So the biggest regret that I have in following my dreams is that I wish that I had started sooner, because time is something that you can never get back, you can never change. And I spent my teenage years and my 20s just wasting my life away, partying and never really following my true desires or what I wanted for my life. I spent a lot of time seeking pleasures in my life because I wanted to so badly escape from feeling any kind of painful emotions. And I wanted to seek pleasure at any cost, even if that meant harming myself to get that pleasure. And unfortunately, when you harm yourself, you do end up causing a lot of harm to everyone. You cause a lot of harm to the people who are in your life. You cause a lot of harm to your environment. And you cause a lot of harm to humanity in general, because you are contributing to the pain and suffering in the world through your own pain and suffering. So it's not just about wasting time, it's more so about the pain and suffering that gets created from wasting time. When you take actions that are harmful to yourself and you are harming other people in the process, harming the environment, you are harming your life, this creates a lot of pain and suffering, a lot of long-term pain and suffering, where inevitably you are going to have to deal with that pain and suffering. You are going to have to face that pain and suffering. You are going to have to heal that pain and suffering if you want to achieve a more fulfilling and happy life. And this can, sometimes take a long time to heal and undo a lot of the harm that you create through your pain and suffering. So it's taken me 10 years so far of solid work, solid emotional work that I've had to put into myself, that I've had to apply in my life to undo and heal the pain and suffering that I created for myself. So that's 10 years. And to be honest, it's ongoing. Yes, my life has improved significantly over the past 10 years. Have I healed everything? No, I haven't. It can take many years to not even just achieving complete happiness, because that's, that's going to take a while, but to even just undo the harm that you've created, takes a lot of emotional work, takes a lot of dedication, takes a lot of humility. You've got to be willing to really examine your life, to get really truthful. You got to be willing to see the truth of your soul condition. You've got to be willing to see the truth of the harm you have created. So you need a lot of humility to be able to examine yourself in that way, in a way, again, that's just honest, truthful, compassionate, and loving to yourself, in a way that you're not putting yourself down, you're not self-punishing, but you're just simply being honest. Yes, I did that in my life. Yes, I created that pain. Yes, I created an emergency in my life to heal, that yes, I created hurt and I caused other people harm. I created harm to myself. You know, it requires having to be really honest and truthful with yourself about actions you've taken in your life. And it requires like you to just be honest and truthful and have a desire. It requires you to have a desire to want to change. And that's the good news with regret, is that while you can't get back time, while you can't change the past, you can definitely make up for lost time. You can definitely start today the healing process. You might not be able to take back the pain and suffering you've caused yourself or the pain and suffering you've caused others, but you can take steps to repair that damage. You can take steps to work towards healing your soul so that you never create that pain and suffering in the future for yourself. You never make the same mistakes in the future. You can take steps towards healing your soul to avoid repeating the same toxic cycles and patterns and behaviors in your life. You can take steps towards repairing the damage that you've done to other people, that you've done to the environment, that you've done to yourself. That's the good news about examining your regrets, is that you have an opportunity to change your future by examining your past and examining the regrets and the pain that you have from the past. You know, you can make changes in your life and you can change the trajectory of where you are heading in the future. And that's a beautiful opportunity that God has given us to continuously grow, change, and work towards becoming a better person, work towards, leading a fulfilling and happy life. God has made it possible for everyone to change. Many people live their life actually just telling themselves, this is me, I can't change. But it's not that they can't change, it's just that they don't want to change. Because everyone can change. God has made it possible for everyone to change. Everyone can heal the regrets and the mistakes of their past and make up for lost time in their life. So while that is my biggest regret that I have, is I wasted so much time. I'm grateful that I can change my soul. I have an opportunity to choose a different path now. So as I've mentioned, it's been 10 years of intense emotional work that I've had to do on myself to work through some of my regrets. And what's really helped me on my journey is having faith that I can change, faith that I can grow, faith in God, in something greater than myself that can help me to heal and grow. Love, taking more loving actions towards myself and towards other people, and including the environment and animals. So, striving towards being more loving in my life has really helped me. Growing a love for truth has really helped me. So seeking out a lot of truth in my life, whether that is through my relationship with God. So engaging a relationship with God to seek out truth about myself and about what's still unloving within my soul that I need to heal. Seeking out truth about my errors, about emotional trauma and injuries that I still carry. So seeking out truth has been like a really big help in my life to work through some of these past regrets. Even truth about the universe, truth about God, truth about, the truths of the universe, seeking out truth, because truth and coming to understand like the truths of the universe, the truths of your soul can help you a lot in working through a lot of like regrets. It can, open your eyes to seeing things that you were blind to before. It can open your eyes to what is truly loving and what is not loving. So it can teach you a lot about love, truth can. Having humility, so a willingness to feel all of my painful emotions, has really helped me to work through a lot of my regrets. And also taking action in my life, taking actions towards creating the life that I want to live. So following my dreams, taking actions on my passions, my desires, my dreams, taking action into my life to make changes that will bring my life into more harmony with love. So these are just some of the things that have really helped me over the past 10 years. And I definitely haven't been perfect in applying all of that in my life. But as I've attempted to, as I've strived to, as I've fallen and made mistakes and gotten back on the horse, I've been able to work towards more joy, more fulfillment, more happiness, which is still ongoing. It's not complete. Obviously, I still carry a lot of pain and regret, and I'm still working through a lot of the mistakes of my past, but with more love, compassion, and honesty than I ever have done before in my whole entire life. So they're just some of the things that have helped me to work through my regrets. And I encourage you to take this journey and, experiment with what I'm saying. Start to explore your life and some of the actions you may have taken that have caused yourself harm and other people harm, and examine it with just honesty, love, and compassion, and see what you can learn from it. Because the most beautiful thing is that we've been given many opportunities to change and grow while we are here on earth. And we have this opportunity now to examine our life and see where we have gone wrong, perhaps see the mistakes of our past and use that as an opportunity to learn from, so that we don't continue to keep making the same mistakes. And this is a beautiful thing that God has given us, an opportunity to grow and to change, so that we can follow our dreams, that we can, work towards more love and joy in our life, more fulfillment, more happiness. So while I've wasted so much time in my teenage years and my 20s, I've definitely made up for lost time over the past 10 years. I've definitely put a solid effort into repairing and healing myself and working towards repairing the damage that I've caused in my life and towards other people. And it wouldn't have happened if I didn't have that desire to examine my life and examine the reasons why I was in so much pain and suffering, and coming to feeling a sense of remorse and regret about actions that I've taken directly to harm myself and harm others in my journey. So the good news is that everything is repairable, everything is fixable, everything can be changed. You can change, I can change, and we can all work towards becoming more loving, kind, and compassionate people in our lives towards ourselves and other people. And we can make up for lost time and follow that dream that we have always wanted to follow. So obviously I am just scratching the surface with all of this, but I just wanted to give my brief thoughts. And if you want to learn more, especially if you are in a bit of pain and suffering in your own life and you want to learn how to grow and how to heal, I'll leave some links to some free resources in the description of this video. And if you want to support me in this channel, you can join me on Patreon just by signing up with your email address. My name is Electronics. Thank you so much for joining me on this video, and I'll see you in the next one.